Hello, my friend. Tonight, there is nowhere to rush. No tasks waiting. No alarms to answer. No crowded streets. No bright screens demanding your attention. Instead, we will slowly leave all of that behind. Find a comfortable position. Allow your shoulders to soften. Take one slow breath in and gently breathe out. As your breathing becomes calm and steady, imagine standing beneath a perfectly clear night sky. The air feels cool and peaceful. Far above, thousands of tiny stars shimmer softly. Some are close neighbors. Others are so distant that their light began traveling toward Earth before the pyramids were built. Many have already completed entire lifetimes, while their ancient light is only now reaching your eyes. The universe moves with incredible patience. Nothing here is hurried. Stars are born over millions of years. Galaxies dance together for billions. Even black holes quietly wait, changing so slowly that they seem almost timeless. Tonight, we will travel through this enormous cosmic ocean, not with rockets or complicated machines, but with imagination. There will be no danger, only peaceful discovery. Our journey begins on a tiny blue world, Earth. From far away, Earth looks almost fragile, a small blue marble wrapped in delicate white clouds. Oceans cover most of its surface. Thin ribbons of atmosphere protect every forest, mountain, river, and living creature. Every laugh, every song, every story ever told. All of human history exists on this small planet. If Earth were the size of a single grain of sand, the entire solar system would still stretch surprisingly far beyond it. Space is mostly empty, wonderfully empty. That emptiness creates silence unlike anything we experience on Earth. In reality, space contains no air to carry sound. No wind whistles between planets. No thunder rolls across distant moons. It is an endless quiet. And perhaps that quiet is exactly why imagining space can feel so peaceful. As we gently rise higher above Earth, cities become tiny clusters of light. Continents slowly reveal themselves. The deep blues of the oceans blend into soft curves beneath us. Clouds swirl gracefully across the atmosphere. Auroras dance near the poles like gentle curtains of green light. Soon, Earth becomes smaller. The moon quietly follows nearby. Its ancient surface remembers billions of years of impacts. Every crater tells a story older than almost anything on Earth. Beyond the moon lies an enormous neighborhood waiting to be explored. The solar system. 8 planets, hundreds of moons, millions of asteroids, countless icy comets, each following elegant paths around our warm yellow star. The Sun. Although it appears peaceful from Earth, the Sun is constantly alive with unimaginable energy. Every second, it transforms hundreds of millions of tons of hydrogen into helium. That energy becomes sunlight. Some of those tiny particles have just finished an 8-minute journey before gently warming your skin. Without the sun, there would be no forests, no oceans, no weather, no life. Its steady light has quietly supported Earth for over 4.5 billion years. That is a very long time, long enough for oceans to form, mountains to rise, dinosaurs to appear and disappear, human civilizations to grow, and eventually, for someone just like you to lie comfortably beneath a blanket, listening to a peaceful story about the stars. As we continue drifting farther away, our own worries begin to feel wonderfully small, not unimportant, simply lighter. The universe has a way of gently reminding us that time is vast. There is no need to hurry. There is room to breathe, room to rest, room simply to exist. Tonight, our journey has only just begun. Ahead of us wait glowing nebulae, towering planets, icy moons, mysterious black holes, ancient galaxies, and the quiet edge of the observable universe itself. Each destination will reveal another peaceful chapter of the grand cosmic story. So settle in, relax your breathing, allow your thoughts to drift as slowly as starlight itself. Our voyage through the universe begins now. Welcome back. There is nothing you need to do, nothing to remember, nothing to solve. Simply continue breathing slowly, allowing each gentle breath to carry you farther from the busy world below. Our quiet journey now begins in earnest. Imagine that you are floating effortlessly above Earth. There is no rocket shaking beneath you, no roaring engines, only a smooth and peaceful ascent, as if gravity itself has kindly agreed to let you drift away for a little while. Below, the blue planet slowly turns. Clouds curl over oceans in graceful white spirals. Entire continents pass beneath you with remarkable calm. From this distance, borders disappear. Cities become tiny glimmers of light. The arguments, worries, and schedules of everyday life become impossible to see. Earth reveals itself as one shared home, a beautiful sphere wrapped in a blanket of delicate air. That thin atmosphere is surprisingly fragile. If Earth were the size of a large apple, the atmosphere that protects every living thing would be thinner than the apple's skin. Yet within that slender layer exists every breath ever taken by every bird, whale, tree, and person. It is a quiet reminder of how precious our home truly is. As we continue rising, the familiar blue begins to fade into the darkness of space. Unlike the skies we know on Earth, space is not blue. It is almost perfectly black. Not because there is nothing there, but because there is so little matter to scatter sunlight. Against this velvet darkness, the stars become brighter than ever. Thousands, then millions, each one shining patiently across unimaginable distances. Some stars are only a few light years away. Others are hundreds or even thousands of light years distant. Their light began traveling long before today's world existed. Every beam of starlight is a messenger from another time. Now, look gently behind you. Earth has already become smaller. The oceans blend together into deep sapphire blue. The white clouds seem like soft brushstrokes painted across its surface. The moon quietly follows nearby, faithfully circling our planet just as it has for billions of years. The Earth and Moon are companions, locked together by gravity in an endless cosmic dance. Their relationship influences the tides of every ocean. Without the Moon, Earth's days and seasons might have evolved very differently. Some scientists even believe life itself may have followed another path without its quiet companion. As we drift farther away, our sense of scale begins to change. Distances in everyday life become almost meaningless. Driving across a city may take an hour. Crossing a country may take a day. Flying across an ocean may take half a day. But traveling across our solar system requires months or even years. The nearest star beyond our sun would take over 4 years to reach, even if you could travel at the speed of light, the fastest speed nature allows. That speed is astonishing. Light circles Earth more than 7 times in a single second. Even so, the universe remains unimaginably vast. It reminds us that patience is woven into the fabric of the cosmos. Nothing rushes. Stars do not hurry to shine. Galaxies do not race across space. Planets quietly follow their paths year after year, century after century. Perhaps there is something comforting in that rhythm. Our own lives can feel so full of urgency. Yet above us, the universe has always moved with extraordinary calm. Ahead, the sunlight grows brighter. The sun, still far away, glows like a warm golden lantern suspended in endless darkness. Around it, invisible rivers of gravity guide every planet, moon, asteroid, and comet. Gravity is gentle, yet incredibly powerful. You cannot see it. You cannot touch it, but it quietly shapes the architecture of the entire universe. Without gravity, stars would never ignite. Galaxies would never form. Planets would never circle their suns. Even we would not be here. Gravity is the silent storyteller of the cosmos. As we continue our peaceful voyage, Earth is now only a brilliant blue jewel hanging in the darkness. Beautiful, fragile, calm. It shines not because it creates light of its own, but because it reflects the warm glow of the sun, just like the moon, just like many worlds throughout the universe. And perhaps there is something comforting about that thought. Not every beautiful thing must create its own light. Sometimes, simply reflecting kindness, warmth, and quiet hope is enough. Our journey has only just begun. Ahead lies our nearest celestial neighbor, a world of ancient craters, silent plains, and gentle gray mountains. A place where no wind blows and no rain has ever fallen. The faithful companion that has watched over Earth for billions of years. The moon awaits us. Take another slow breath. Allow your thoughts to become lighter than starlight itself. And together, we will gently drift toward that quiet, timeless world. Take another slow, comfortable breath. As you breathe out, allow yourself to drift a little closer to the moon. There is no hurry. The moon has been patiently waiting for more than 4 billion years. It can certainly wait a few moments longer for us. From a distance, it appears soft and silver, glowing gently against the darkness of space. Yet the moon does not create its own light. Like a peaceful mirror, it simply reflects the sunlight that falls upon its ancient surface. For countless generations, people have looked up at this familiar companion. Children have watched it rise above quiet rooftops. Travelers have followed its light across deserts and oceans. Poets have written about it. Scientists have studied it. Dreamers have imagined walking upon it. Tonight, we join them, not with noisy machines, but with calm imagination. As we draw nearer, the moon grows larger. The smooth gray disk slowly transforms into a landscape of remarkable detail. Great circular craters stretch across the surface. Towering mountains cast long shadows. Endless plains, darker than the surrounding rock, spread across the horizon. Early astronomers believed these dark regions were seas. They called them Maria, the Latin word for seas. In truth, they are enormous plains of hardened lava, formed billions of years ago when molten rock flowed across the moon's surface. The names remain, quietly preserving a beautiful misunderstanding from long ago. The Sea of Tranquility, the Sea of Serenity, the Ocean of Storms. Even though no water has ever filled them, imagine gently descending toward one of these silent plains. There is no wind here, no rustling leaves, no birds singing, no flowing rivers. The moon has almost no atmosphere. Without air, there can be no weather, no rain, no snow, no gentle breeze. Everything rests in perfect stillness. Even the footprints left by astronauts many decades ago remain almost exactly as they were. There is no wind to erase them, no flowing water to wash them away. The moon quietly remembers every step. As your feet softly touch the surface, something immediately feels different. You are much lighter. The moon's gravity is only about 1/6 that of Earth's. If you weighed 60 kilograms on Earth, you would feel as though you weighed only about 10 here. Walking becomes a series of slow, graceful hops. Each movement is gentle. Each step carries you farther than expected. It almost feels like dancing through silence. Look upward. Above you hangs an unforgettable sight. Earth. From the moon, our home appears as a glowing blue and white marble suspended against the blackness of space. Unlike the moon seen from Earth, Earth from the moon hardly seems to move at all. It simply hangs there, beautiful and constant. Clouds drift slowly across its oceans. Sunlight sparkles along its atmosphere. Somewhere upon that tiny blue world, forests sway in the wind. Rain falls upon distant mountains. Children laugh. People prepare dinner. Others are already asleep. All of it unfolding upon that small shining sphere. The thought is strangely comforting. Home has never looked more peaceful. The moon itself tells an ancient story. More than 4 billion years ago, not long after Earth formed, scientists believe a Mars-sized world collided with our young planet. The impact was unimaginably powerful. Molten rock was thrown into space. Over time, gravity slowly gathered that material together. Little by little, it became the moon. In a way, the moon and Earth share the same beginning. They are family, shaped from the same ancient cosmic event. For billions of years since then, the moon has quietly influenced life on Earth. Its gravity gently lifts the oceans, creating the tides. Those tides have shaped coastlines, ecosystems, and perhaps even the evolution of early life itself. Night after night, month after month, year after year, the moon has faithfully circled our planet, always changing, always familiar, yet always the same companion. If you pause for a moment, you may notice something unusual. The sky above the moon remains completely black. Even though the sun shines brightly, there is no blue sky. Without an atmosphere to scatter sunlight, the stars remain hidden during the bright lunar day and dazzling during darkness. The silence feels almost sacred, not empty, simply peaceful, a quiet unlike anywhere on Earth. Perhaps this is why the moon has inspired so much wonder. It reminds us that beauty does not always need movement. Sometimes beauty is found in stillness, in patience, in simply being present. As we prepare to continue our journey, take one last look at Earth glowing gently in the distance. A tiny blue home surrounded by infinite darkness. The place where every story you have ever known began. Soon we will leave both Earth and the Moon behind, traveling deeper into our solar system. Ahead waits the brilliant heart of our cosmic neighborhood, a star so immense that it contains more than 99.8% of all the mass in the solar system, the source of warmth, light, and life. The quiet fire that has burned continuously for over 4.5 billion years. Our next peaceful destination is the sun, so breathe slowly, relax a little more, and let yourself drift onward through the endless, silent sea of stars. Take a slow, peaceful breath. As you exhale, imagine yourself drifting farther from the quiet moon. Behind you, Earth has become a tiny blue jewel. Ahead, a warm golden light slowly grows brighter. We are approaching the heart of our solar system, the sun. From Earth, it appears as a familiar circle crossing the sky each day. It rises gently in the morning. It warms forests, oceans, deserts, and mountains. It paints sunsets with soft shades of orange and gold. Yet from space, the sun reveals its true scale. It is not simply a bright light in the sky. It is a star, a vast sphere of glowing gas nearly 1.4 million kilometers across. You could line up about 109 Earths side by side to match the sun's diameter. If the sun were hollow, it could hold more than 1 million Earths inside. And still, it is only an average-sized star. Throughout the universe are stars much smaller, much larger, and far more luminous. As we drift closer, there is no heat to worry about. This is a peaceful journey of imagination. You remain perfectly comfortable, surrounded by calm silence. The sun shines before you like a giant golden lantern suspended in endless darkness. Its surface is alive with slow, graceful motion. Great rivers of glowing plasma rise and sink in enormous currents, rather like water gently boiling in a pot, but on a scale almost impossible to imagine. Each bubble of plasma can be larger than entire continents on Earth. Nothing here moves quickly from our perspective. The sun seems to breathe, slowly, patiently, steadily. Deep within its core, an extraordinary process has been taking place for billions of years. Tiny hydrogen atoms are gently pressed together by immense gravity. Under incredible pressure and heat, they merge to form helium. This process is called nuclear fusion. With every second that passes, the sun transforms about 600 million tons of hydrogen into helium. A small portion of that mass becomes pure energy. That energy begins an astonishing journey. It may take tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of years to slowly work its way from the sun's core to its visible surface. Once it finally escapes as sunlight, it races across space at the speed of light. Just over 8 minutes later, it reaches Earth. The warm sunlight that touches your face on a quiet morning began its final journey only minutes earlier. Every sunrise is a reminder of a process that has continued almost without interruption for 4.6 billion years. Without the sun, our solar system would be unimaginably different. Earth would become a frozen world drifting through darkness. Oceans would turn to ice. Plants could no longer grow. The delicate chain of life would slowly come to an end. The sun is far more than a source of light. It is the steady heartbeat of our cosmic neighborhood. Around it, every planet follows its own graceful path. Mercury circles closest, completing a year in just 88 Earth days. Venus glides through space wrapped in thick clouds. Earth travels its familiar orbit once each year. Mars wanders across the quiet darkness beyond. Farther still lie the giant worlds, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, each moving with calm precision. Together, they form an elegant celestial dance that has continued for billions of years. Even the smallest asteroids and icy comets feel the sun's gentle gravitational pull. Gravity, though invisible, quietly binds the entire solar system together. As you continue drifting nearby, you notice darker patches scattered across the sun's glowing surface. These are sunspots. Although they appear dark by comparison, each sunspot is still hotter than the hottest fires on Earth. They are regions where powerful magnetic fields temporarily cool the surface slightly. From time to time, enormous loops of glowing plasma rise above the sun. Some stretch hundreds of thousands of kilometers into space before slowly falling back. Others burst outward as solar flares or coronal mass ejections, sending streams of charged particles flowing across the solar system. When these particles reach Earth, they sometimes create one of nature's most beautiful spectacles, the aurora. Soft curtains of green, purple, and crimson light dancing across polar skies. Even these magnificent displays begin here, at our quiet star. Perhaps one of the most comforting things about the sun is its consistency. It has risen every day throughout human history. Ancient civilizations watched the same sunrise. Dinosaurs once felt its warmth. Long before them, the earliest oceans reflected its light. And long after we are gone, the sun will continue shining for billions more years. Its patience is almost beyond comprehension. Eventually, very far in the future, the sun will begin to change. It will gently expand into a red giant, growing large enough to transform the inner solar system. But that distant chapter lies roughly 5 billion years ahead. For now, the sun remains calm, stable, and generous. A faithful star quietly giving light without asking for anything in return. As we slowly drift away once more, its warm glow becomes softer behind us. Ahead waits the smallest and fastest planet of all, a world scorched by sunlight, marked with countless ancient craters and forever racing around the sun. Our next destination is Mercury. Take another slow breath. Feel yourself becoming lighter, calmer, more peaceful. And together, let us continue our gentle voyage through the endless beauty of the solar system. Take another slow, comfortable breath. As the warm glow of the sun gradually fades behind us, a small gray world comes quietly into view. This is Mercury, the smallest planet in our solar system. A lonely traveler that circles closer to the sun than any other world. From far away, Mercury almost resembles our moon. Its surface is covered with ancient craters. Towering cliffs stretch for hundreds of kilometers. Wide plains of solidified lava tell stories from a distant past. There are no oceans here, no forests, no clouds drifting across the sky, only rock, silence, and sunlight. Mercury is a surprisingly small planet. If you could stand beside it from space, you might notice how tiny it appears compared with Earth. Its diameter is only about 4,880 kilometers, making it just a little larger than Earth's moon. Yet despite its modest size, Mercury has quietly circled the Sun for more than 4.5 billion years. Patiently, faithfully, never missing a single orbit. Imagine gently descending toward its surface. There is no sound. No breeze touches your face. Mercury has almost no atmosphere. Without air, there can be no weather, no rain, no snow, no whispering wind. Even the smallest footprint would remain almost unchanged for millions of years. Time itself seems to move differently here. The sunlight is astonishingly bright. Because Mercury orbits so close to the Sun, daylight is several times more intense than what we experience on Earth. The Sun itself appears enormous in the sky, more than 3 times larger than it looks from home. Its golden light floods the rocky landscape, casting long, sharp shadows across countless craters. Yet Mercury is full of surprising contrasts. During the day, temperatures can climb to around 430 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. But when night finally arrives, temperatures can plunge to nearly minus 180 degrees Celsius. One of the greatest temperature differences found anywhere in the solar system. How can one world be both so hot and so cold? The answer is simple. Without a thick atmosphere to trap warmth, heat escapes almost immediately after sunset. Mercury cannot hold onto the sun's energy the way Earth does. It warms quickly. It cools quickly, like a stone resting beneath the afternoon sun before becoming cold again under the night sky. As you continue your peaceful walk across this ancient landscape, you notice enormous cliffs cutting across the surface. Some rise more than 3 kilometers high. These cliffs formed billions of years ago as Mercury slowly cooled. Like a warm apple drying slightly over time, the entire planet shrank. Its crust wrinkled, the ground folded. Great scarps stretched across the landscape, leaving behind enormous walls of rock that still stand today. Few worlds reveal their age as clearly as Mercury. Its countless craters tell the story of the early solar system, when asteroids and comets were far more common than they are today. Each impact left a permanent mark, with no wind or flowing water to erase them. These scars remain as quiet memories of ancient collisions. One crater, known as Caloris Basin, is among the largest impact structures in the solar system. It spans more than 1,500 kilometers across. Long ago, a colossal asteroid struck Mercury with unimaginable force. The impact shook the entire planet. Even on the opposite side of the world, the shockwaves cracked and reshaped the surface. Yet after billions of years, everything has become peaceful once again. Silence has reclaimed the land. Despite being so close to the sun, Mercury hides one of its greatest surprises in permanent darkness. Near its north and south poles lie deep craters that sunlight never reaches. Their floors have remained frozen for billions of years. Within these shadowed valleys, scientists have discovered evidence of water ice. It seems almost impossible. Ice on the closest planet to the sun, and yet nature often enjoys surprising us. The universe is filled with quiet contradictions. Mercury also moves in an unusual rhythm. It spins very slowly. One full day, from one sunrise to the next, lasts about 176 Earth days. That means if you stood on Mercury, you would wait nearly 6 months for another sunrise. Time flows differently here. slowly, patiently, almost dreamlike. Perhaps Mercury teaches us something simple. Even the smallest planet has an extraordinary story. Size does not determine importance. Quiet places often hold the deepest history, and stillness can preserve memories for billions of years. As we gently rise away from Mercury, the little gray world slowly becomes smaller beneath us. Ahead, hidden beneath thick golden clouds, waits a planet unlike any other. A world where the atmosphere is so dense that sunlight barely reaches the surface. A place hotter than Mercury despite being farther from the sun. The mysterious morning star. The brilliant evening star. Our next peaceful destination is Venus. Take one slow breath in. Exhale gently, and allow yourself to drift onward through the quiet beauty of the solar system. Take another slow, gentle breath. As Mercury slowly fades behind us, another world begins to appear ahead. At first, it seems impossibly bright. Its pale golden light shines like a jewel against the blackness of space. This is Venus, the second planet from the Sun. For thousands of years, people have admired Venus without even knowing what it truly was. Ancient travelers called it the morning star when it appeared before sunrise. Later, they watched it glow again after sunset and named it the evening star. Only much later did astronomers discover that both lights belonged to the very same planet. From afar, Venus looks peaceful, beautiful, almost inviting. Its thick white and golden clouds reflect sunlight so efficiently that Venus is the brightest planet visible from Earth. On clear evenings, it often shines so brilliantly that people mistake it for an airplane or an unusually bright star. But appearances can be wonderfully misleading. As we drift closer, those beautiful clouds begin to fill our view. Unlike Earth's soft, white clouds made of water droplets, the clouds of Venus are formed mostly from tiny droplets of sulfuric acid. They wrap around the planet completely, hiding everything beneath them. No mountain peaks can be seen, no valleys, no oceans, only an endless blanket of glowing cloud, stretching from horizon to horizon. Imagine floating just above this cloud layer. The sunlight here is soft and golden. Gentle winds move silently around the planet. Strangely enough, although Venus rotates very slowly, its upper atmosphere races around the planet in only a few Earth days. The clouds themselves travel much faster than the world beneath them. It is one of the many mysteries that still fascinates scientists today. Now, with the help of imagination, we slowly descend through the clouds. The light becomes dimmer. Golden colors fade into soft orange. The atmosphere grows thicker and thicker. Eventually, we reach the hidden surface. Here lies one of the most extreme environments in the solar system. The temperature is about 465 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. Even though Mercury is closer to the Sun, Venus is actually the hottest planet. Why? The answer lies in its atmosphere. Venus is wrapped in an enormous blanket of carbon dioxide. This thick atmosphere traps heat extremely efficiently, creating a powerful greenhouse effect. Sunlight enters. Heat struggles to escape. Over billions of years, the surface became hotter and hotter until it transformed into the world we see today. Imagine standing upon the rocky ground. The sky above is no longer blue. Instead, it glows with a soft orange light filtered through the dense atmosphere. The horizon seems strangely close because the thick air scatters the light in every direction. Large volcanic plains stretch across the landscape. Gentle rolling hills rise in the distance. Gigantic volcanoes stand quietly beneath the hazy sky. Some of these volcanoes are among the largest in the solar system. Scientists even suspect that a few may still be active today. Yet everything feels completely still. No birds, no trees, no rivers, only silence. The air itself is incredibly heavy. The atmospheric pressure on Venus is about 90 times greater than at Earth's sea level. If you could somehow stand here without protection, it would feel similar to being nearly 900 meters beneath Earth's oceans. An immense weight presses down from above. Fortunately, in our peaceful imagination, none of that troubles us. We simply observe, calmly, curiously. Venus also has a remarkable habit that surprises many people. It spins backwards. Most planets rotate in the same general direction around the Sun. Venus does the opposite. If you could watch the Sun from its surface, you would see it slowly rise in the west and set in the east. It is a quiet reminder that the universe does not always follow our expectations. Sometimes the most unusual paths are entirely natural. Another fascinating fact is that a single day on Venus lasts longer than an entire Venusian year. The planet rotates so slowly that it takes 243 Earth days to complete one rotation. Yet it circles the Sun in only 225 Earth days. Imagine celebrating your birthday before the previous sunrise has even finished. Time truly behaves differently from world to world. Long ago, Venus may have been a very different place. Some scientists believe it could once have possessed shallow oceans, gentle rainfall, and conditions far more similar to Earth's. If that is true, then over countless millions of years, the greenhouse effect slowly transformed the planet into the hot world we know today. The evidence is still being studied, and many questions remain unanswered. That uncertainty is part of the beauty of science. Every discovery leads to new mysteries. Every answer opens another quiet door into the unknown. As we gently rise once more above the glowing cloud tops, Venus begins to shrink beneath us. Its golden atmosphere shines beautifully in the sunlight, hiding the dramatic landscape below. Ahead, floating peacefully in the darkness, waits a familiar blue world. A world of oceans, forests, mountains, clouds, and life. The only place in the known universe where birds sing, rain falls, and people dream beneath the stars. Our next destination is Earth, seen from deep space. Take one slow breath, relax a little more, and let yourself drift onward, carried gently through the endless calm of the cosmos. Take a slow, peaceful breath. As Venus gently fades into the distance, a familiar world begins to glow ahead. At first, it is only a tiny point of blue light. Then, with each quiet moment, it grows larger. Soon, you recognize it instantly. Earth, our home. From deep space, Earth is unlike any other planet we have visited. Mercury was gray and silent. Venus was hidden beneath golden clouds. But Earth is alive with color. Brilliant blue oceans, bright white clouds, golden deserts, deep green forests, snow-covered mountain ranges. Together, they create a world that seems almost to breathe. From this distance, there are no borders, no cities, no roads, no signs of disagreement or division. Only one beautiful planet, floating quietly in the darkness. It is a gentle reminder that every person who has ever lived shares this same small home. Every explorer, every artist, every scientist, every child, every story, every dream, all of it has unfolded upon this tiny blue sphere. Earth formed about 4.5 billion years ago from a swirling cloud of gas and dust surrounding the young sun. At first, it was a fiery world. Molten rock covered much of its surface. Gigantic volcanoes erupted constantly. Asteroids crashed down from space. Slowly, over millions of years, the planet began to cool. Water vapor condensed into rain. The rain fell for thousands of years. Oceans slowly filled the great basins of the young Earth. Those oceans would one day become the cradle of life. Somewhere within those ancient waters, tiny microscopic organisms appeared. Simple at first. Then, over countless generations, life slowly changed. Tiny cells became more complex. Plants spread across the land. Fish explored the seas. Forests covered continents. Dinosaurs ruled for millions of years before disappearing. Eventually, mammals flourished. And much later, humans looked upward and wondered what lay beyond the stars. All of that extraordinary history took place on this one remarkable planet. From above, Earth's atmosphere appears incredibly thin. A delicate blue glow surrounds the planet like the edge of a soap bubble. It may seem insignificant, yet this fragile layer makes nearly everything we know possible. It provides the air we breathe. It shields us from harmful radiation. It burns up countless tiny meteoroids before they can reach the ground. It helps keep Earth's temperature comfortable enough for liquid water to exist. If Earth were the size of a basketball, its atmosphere would be thinner than a sheet of paper wrapped around it. Such a small layer protects an entire world. The oceans below cover about 71% of Earth's surface. From space, they give the planet its famous blue appearance. Some are calm, some stormy, some so deep that sunlight never reaches their floors. The deepest part of the ocean, the Mariana Trench, extends nearly 11 kilometers below sea level. Ironically, we know more about some distant planets than we do about parts of our own oceans. Even our home still holds mysteries waiting to be discovered. Now notice the white clouds drifting slowly across the continents. From this height, weather appears peaceful. Hurricanes resemble graceful spirals. Thunderstorms become soft patches of white. Clouds drift gently over forests, mountains, and oceans, constantly reshaping the appearance of the planet. Every drop of rain that falls today has likely been part of Earth's water cycle for millions of years. The same water that filled ancient rivers may now rest in a quiet lake, drift within a cloud, or fall gently upon a distant forest. Water is endlessly patient. Earth also possesses something rather special, a magnetic field. Generated deep within its molten iron core, this invisible shield stretches far into space. It quietly deflects many charged particles flowing outward from the sun. Without this magnetic protection, life on Earth's surface would face a much harsher environment. Sometimes, however, a small number of those particles slip through near the poles. There, They paint the sky with beautiful curtains of green, purple, and crimson light. The aurora, one of nature's quiet masterpieces. Perhaps the most remarkable thing about Earth is not its size or its beauty. It is its rarity. Among all the worlds we have explored so far, only Earth is known to host oceans of liquid water, rich ecosystems, and countless forms of life. From towering blue whales to tiny hummingbirds. From ancient redwood trees to delicate wildflowers. From coral reefs to snow-covered mountain peaks. Life has filled this world with astonishing diversity. And somewhere on this small blue planet, perhaps in a quiet room beneath a blanket, someone is listening to this very story while slowly drifting towards sleep. It is a comforting thought. As we gently leave Earth once again, the familiar blue world begins to shrink into the darkness. Ahead lies a smaller, reddish planet that has fascinated dreamers for centuries. Its dusty deserts, towering volcanoes, and frozen polar caps whisper of a distant past, and perhaps, one day, a distant future for humanity. Our next peaceful destination is Mars, the quiet red planet. Take another slow breath. Feel your body becoming heavier with relaxation. Let your thoughts drift as softly as starlight. And together, we will continue our gentle journey through the endless universe. Take another slow, easy breath. As Earth slowly fades into the distance behind us, a soft reddish glow appears ahead. It is gentle rather than bright, calm rather than dramatic. This is Mars, often called the Red Planet. For thousands of years, people have gazed at its warm red light in the night sky. Ancient civilizations imagined it as a symbol of war because of its color. Yet as we approach peacefully, Mars feels nothing like conflict. Instead, it is quiet, lonely, and strangely beautiful. From orbit, the planet is wrapped in shades of rust, copper, and dusty orange. Its red color comes from iron oxide, the same natural process that creates rust on Earth. Tiny particles of this reddish dust cover much of the Martian surface, giving the entire world its familiar appearance. As we drift lower, vast landscapes unfold beneath us. Great deserts stretch toward the horizon. Ancient river valleys wind across the plains. Towering cliffs cast long shadows in the afternoon sunlight. Unlike Earth, there are no oceans reflecting the sky, only endless open land, sculpted by billions of years of history. Imagine gently landing on the soft Martian soil. The ground beneath your feet is fine and powdery. Every step lifts tiny clouds of reddish dust that settle slowly in the thin atmosphere. The gravity here is only about 38% of Earth's. Walking feels light and effortless. Each step carries you just a little farther than expected, as though the planet itself encourages slow, graceful movement. Look upward. The sky is unlike any we have seen before. During the day, it often appears a soft butterscotch or pinkish color because sunlight filters through fine dust suspended in the atmosphere. At sunset, something remarkable happens. While Earth's sunsets glow red and orange, Martian sunsets often become blue around the setting sun. Nature enjoys reversing our expectations. Mars is home to some of the greatest natural wonders in the entire solar system. Far in the distance rises Olympus Mons, the tallest volcano ever discovered. Its summit reaches nearly 22 kilometers above the surrounding plains, almost 3 times the height of Mount Everest. Its base is so enormous that if you stood upon its slopes, you might never realize you were climbing a volcano at all. The curve would be too gentle to notice. Nearby lies another breathtaking feature, Valles Marineris, a canyon system stretching roughly 4,000 kilometers across the planet. If placed on Earth, it would extend nearly from one side of a continent to the other. Some sections are more than 7 kilometers deep. Standing near its edge would reveal layer upon layer of ancient Martian history carved into the rock. Long ago, Mars may have been a very different world. Scientists have discovered convincing evidence that rivers once flowed across its surface. Lakes filled broad basins. Perhaps even shallow seas existed billions of years ago. Dried river channels snake across the landscape. Minerals formed in water remain locked within ancient rocks. Everything suggests that liquid water was once common here. As Mars gradually lost much of its atmosphere, the water slowly disappeared. Some escaped into space. Some froze beneath the surface. Even today, large quantities of water ice remain hidden underground and at the polar ice caps. The story of Mars reminds us that planets can change dramatically over time. Nothing in the universe remains exactly the same forever. Now, notice something unexpected. The wind. Unlike Mercury or the Moon, Mars does have an atmosphere. It is very thin, less than 1% as dense as Earth's, but it allows gentle winds to move across the surface. Sometimes those winds lift enormous dust storms. Some become so large that they cover the entire planet for weeks at a time. Yet even these mighty storms are surprisingly quiet. The thin atmosphere carries very little sound. Silence still dominates this peaceful world. As night slowly falls across Mars, temperatures drop quickly. The cold becomes intense. The stars appear brilliantly clear overhead. With so little atmosphere, the night sky is breathtaking. If you looked carefully, you would even see Earth shining faintly as a tiny blue star far away, a distant reminder of home. Mars also has 2 tiny moons, Phobos and Deimos. They are small, irregular worlds that resemble captured asteroids more than traditional moons. Phobos moves so quickly across the sky that it rises in the west and sets in the east, completing its journey in only a few hours. Even the rhythm of day and night follows different rules here. Many scientists dream that one day humans may walk upon Mars again, not only as visitors, but perhaps as explorers living for months or even years. Tiny research stations may someday stand beneath transparent domes. Greenhouses could quietly grow plants beneath artificial light. Future generations may watch Earth rise in the Martian sky, just as astronauts once watched Earth from the Moon. It is a hopeful thought, a reminder that curiosity has always carried humanity forward. As we gently lift away from the red planet, its dusty deserts and frozen poles slowly disappear into the darkness behind us. Ahead lies a vast region unlike any planet we have visited. A quiet realm filled with millions of ancient rocks left over from the birth of the solar system. Some are no larger than pebbles. Others are hundreds of kilometers wide. Together, they form a peaceful cosmic wilderness known as the asteroid belt. Take one more slow breath. Feel your mind becoming quieter. your body becoming heavier. And let us continue our gentle voyage into the silent wonders of space. Take a slow, gentle breath. As Mars quietly disappears behind us, the space ahead begins to change. There is no sudden wall of floating rocks, no dangerous maze to weave through. Instead, the vast emptiness of space continues almost uninterrupted. This is one of the first surprises of the asteroid belt. Movies often imagine it as a crowded field where giant boulders tumble endlessly together. The reality is much calmer, much quieter, much more peaceful. The asteroid belt stretches between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, spanning hundreds of millions of kilometers. It contains millions of rocky bodies, from tiny grains of dust to dwarf planets hundreds of kilometers across. Yet the distances between them are so enormous that if you were traveling through the belt, you would likely see only a few asteroids at any given time. Space remains wonderfully empty. Imagine yourself drifting slowly through this ancient region. Small rocky worlds float silently in every direction. Some spin lazily. Others rotate so slowly that hours pass before they complete a single turn. None of them make a sound. There is no air here to carry noise. Only endless stillness. These rocky travelers are among the oldest objects in the solar system. They formed more than 4.5 billion years ago, at the same time as the planets. Long before Earth had oceans. Long before the first stars of human civilization appeared. Long before even the earliest forms of life. They are like fossils from the birth of our cosmic neighborhood. Each asteroid preserves a small piece of that ancient story. Scientists study them because they are remarkably unchanged. While planets melted, shifted, and evolved, many asteroids remained almost exactly as they were when the solar system was young. In a way, they are time capsules drifting quietly through space. Ahead, one object gradually becomes larger. This is Ceres, the largest body in the asteroid belt. At nearly 940 kilometers across, it is large enough for gravity to have shaped it into a nearly round world. In fact, Ceres is officially classified as a dwarf planet. From a distance, it appears smooth and gray.
As we drift closer, bright white patches become visible on its surface. For many years, these mysterious spots puzzled astronomers. Eventually, spacecraft revealed that they are deposits of salty minerals left behind after underground water slowly reached the surface and evaporated. Even here, in this quiet rocky world, water has left its gentle fingerprints. Imagine softly touching down upon Ceres. The gravity is incredibly gentle. If you jumped, you might float gracefully for several seconds before returning to the ground. The horizon appears surprisingly close because the world itself is so small. Above you, the sky remains perfectly black, even in daylight. The sun appears much smaller now than it did from Mercury or Venus. Its warmth feels more distant. Its light softer. Yet it still faithfully shines across this quiet frontier. As we continue onward, countless other asteroids drift peacefully around us. Some are made mostly of rock.
Others contain large amounts of metal, including iron and nickel. Some are rich in carbon, preserving complex molecules that may resemble ingredients important for the chemistry of life. Billions of years ago, impacts from objects like these may have delivered water and organic compounds to the young Earth. If so, these humble stones help prepare our planet for the arrival of life itself. It is a comforting thought. Sometimes the smallest and quietest things play the greatest roles. Not all asteroids remain within the belt forever. Every so often, gravity gently alters an asteroid's path. Some wander inward toward the sun. Others travel outward into the distant solar system. A few cross Earth's orbit. Most pass harmlessly by. Occasionally, one enters Earth's atmosphere as a meteor, creating a brief streak of light across the night sky. For just a moment, an ancient traveler announces its presence before disappearing forever. Perhaps you have watched one yourself. A shooting star, a tiny reminder that the solar system is always moving, always changing, yet always following the quiet laws of nature. As we drift farther through this peaceful region, another presence begins to make itself known. It is invisible at first, not because it cannot be seen, but because its influence is felt more than observed. A gentle but powerful pull shapes the paths of countless asteroids around us. Ahead lies the largest planet in the solar system, a giant so massive that it contains more than twice the mass of all the other planets combined. Its gravity acts like a patient guardian, helping protect the inner planets by capturing or redirecting many wandering comets and asteroids. Clouds of cream, gold, and deep orange slowly come into view. A colossal world of swirling storms and graceful bands. Our next destination is Jupiter, the magnificent giant of our solar system. Take another slow breath. Feel your body sinking comfortably into rest. Let every thought become lighter. And together, we will continue our peaceful journey through the endless universe. Take a slow, peaceful breath as the quiet asteroid belt slowly fades behind us. An enormous world begins to fill the darkness ahead. At first, it looks like a softly glowing marble wrapped in ribbons of cream, gold, brown, and pale orange. But with every gentle moment, it grows larger and larger until it becomes almost impossible to take in all at once. This is Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, a true giant among worlds. If every other planet, from tiny Mercury to distant Neptune, were gathered together, Jupiter would still contain more than twice their combined mass. Its diameter is nearly 143,000 kilometers, meaning that more than 1,300 Earths could fit inside its immense volume. Yet despite its size, Jupiter is not a solid world. There is no rocky surface waiting beneath the clouds. Instead, it is made almost entirely of hydrogen and helium, the same elements that make up the Sun. Imagine floating gently above its cloud tops. There is no land below, only endless layers of soft-looking clouds stretching farther than the eye can see. The clouds are arranged in graceful bands that circle the entire planet. Some are bright and creamy white. Others glow with warm shades of amber, cinnamon, and gold. These colors are created by tiny amounts of different chemicals carried upward from deep within Jupiter's atmosphere. From a distance, they resemble delicate brushstrokes painted across a giant celestial canvas. As you drift quietly onward, you notice that the clouds are always moving. Powerful jet streams race around the planet in opposite directions. Some winds reach speeds of more than 600 kilometers per hour. Yet from our peaceful vantage point, the movement appears slow and graceful, like silk ribbons flowing in a gentle current. There is one feature that immediately captures your attention: a vast crimson oval larger than our entire planet. This is the Great Red Spot, a gigantic storm that has been raging for at least 350 years and perhaps much longer. It is so enormous that Earth could fit inside it. On our own planet, storms come and go within days or weeks. But Jupiter measures time differently. Its greatest storm has endured through centuries of human history. Imagine watching it from above. The clouds spiral slowly around its center in a graceful dance. There is no sound in the vacuum of space, only the silent beauty of motion on a scale beyond imagination. Although Jupiter appears calm from here, its atmosphere is incredibly deep. If you could descend into its clouds, the pressure would gradually increase. The gas would become thicker and warmer. Far below, hydrogen is compressed so intensely that it transforms into a remarkable substance known as liquid metallic hydrogen. In this strange state, hydrogen behaves somewhat like a metal, capable of conducting electricity. Scientists believe this hidden ocean of metallic hydrogen helps generate Jupiter's extraordinarily powerful magnetic field. It is the strongest magnetic field of any planet in the solar system. Invisible lines of force stretch millions of kilometers into space, creating a vast protective bubble around the giant planet. Around Jupiter travels an extraordinary family of moons. More than 95 have been discovered so far, each with its own unique story. 4 of them are especially remarkable. They were first observed in 1610 by Galileo Galilei, forever changing humanity's understanding of the universe. There is Io, the most volcanically active world known, where giant eruptions constantly reshape the landscape. There is Europa, whose icy shell may conceal a deep global ocean beneath its frozen surface. Some scientists believe that ocean could contain more liquid water than all of Earth's oceans combined. Then comes Ganymede, the largest moon in the solar system, even bigger than the planet Mercury. And finally, Callisto, a heavily cratered world whose ancient surface has quietly preserved billions of years of cosmic history. Each moon is like its own miniature world, quietly circling the giant that holds them together. Jupiter also plays a quiet but important role in protecting the inner solar system. Its immense gravity captures many wandering comets and deflects countless asteroids that might otherwise travel toward Earth. In a sense, Jupiter acts as a great cosmic guardian. Not perfect, but remarkably influential. Without it, Earth's history might have unfolded very differently. As you continue floating peacefully nearby, sunlight appears much softer than it did near Earth. Here, the sun is only about 1/25 as bright. It still shines warmly across Jupiter's clouds, but with a gentler glow, casting subtle shadows across the swirling atmosphere. Far beyond this giant world lies an even more elegant planet. A planet surrounded by countless shimmering rings made of ice and stone. One of the most beautiful sights in the entire solar system. As we slowly leave Jupiter behind, its colorful bands become smaller against the endless blackness of space. Ahead, thin golden rings begin to sparkle in the sunlight like delicate strands of crystal. Our next peaceful destination is Saturn, the graceful jewel of the solar system. Take another slow breath. Feel your body becoming heavier, your mind becoming quieter, and let the gentle rhythm of the universe carry you peacefully onward. Take a slow, gentle breath. As Jupiter gradually becomes a distant giant behind us, another magnificent world begins to emerge from the darkness. At first, it appears as a soft golden sphere. Then, something extraordinary comes into view. A wide, luminous circle surrounds the planet like the finest piece of cosmic jewelry. These are the rings of Saturn. Few sights in the universe inspire such quiet wonder. From Earth, Saturn appears as only a tiny point of light. Through a telescope, its rings become visible, transforming it into one of the most recognizable planets in the night sky. But here, drifting peacefully through space, their true beauty is almost beyond words. Imagine approaching slowly. The rings grow wider with every passing moment. They seem solid from a distance, almost like a giant golden disk. Yet as we move closer, their true nature is revealed. They are not solid at all. Instead, they are made of billions of individual pieces of ice, rock, and dust. Some are no larger than tiny grains of sand. Others are as large as houses or even mountains. Each one quietly circles Saturn, following its own graceful path. Together, they create the breathtaking rings we admire from afar. The ice reflects sunlight beautifully. Tiny crystals sparkle like countless diamonds scattered across the darkness of space. If you could gently glide above the rings, you would notice something surprising. They are incredibly thin. Although they stretch more than 280,000 kilometers from one side to the other, many parts are only tens of meters thick. Compared to their enormous width, the rings are thinner than a sheet of paper stretched across a football field. Nature often hides elegance in unexpected proportions. As we continue drifting, Saturn itself slowly fills our view. Like Jupiter, it is a gas giant, composed mostly of hydrogen and helium. There is no solid ground beneath its clouds, only deeper and deeper layers of gas, gradually compressed by gravity into exotic forms unlike anything found on Earth. Its atmosphere is painted with soft bands of pale gold, cream, and gentle beige. The colors are more subtle than Jupiter's, giving Saturn a peaceful, almost dreamy appearance. The winds here are astonishingly fast. Near the equator, they can reach nearly 1,800 kilometers per hour. Yet from our quiet vantage point in space, the clouds seem to drift with graceful patience, reminding us that even immense power can appear calm from a distance. Saturn has another remarkable quality. It is the least dense planet in the solar system. Its average density is actually lower than water. If it were somehow possible to place an unimaginably large ocean beneath it, Saturn would float. It is a delightful scientific fact that feels almost impossible, yet it is true. Sometimes the universe is more imaginative than we are. Now, look toward the planet's North Pole. There, hidden among the swirling clouds, lies one of the strangest weather patterns ever discovered: a giant hexagon. 6 nearly perfect sides form an enormous atmospheric jet stream that has remained stable for decades. Each side is longer than the diameter of Earth. Scientists continue to study this mysterious shape, still seeking to understand exactly why nature chose such perfect geometry. The universe is full of quiet puzzles. Not every mystery has been solved, and perhaps that makes it even more beautiful. Saturn is also surrounded by an extraordinary family of moons. More than 140 moons have been identified, making Saturn one of the richest planetary systems in our solar system. Each moon is unique. Each quietly follows its own orbit around the giant planet. Among them, one stands out above the rest. Titan, Saturn's largest moon. Titan is larger than the planet Mercury and is wrapped in a thick golden atmosphere. It is the only moon in the solar system with such a dense atmosphere. Far below its hazy skies lie rivers, lakes, and seas, not made of water, but of liquid methane and ethane. Rain falls there too. Clouds gather. Seasons change. It is a world strangely familiar, yet wonderfully different from Earth. Another moon, Enceladus, appears small and brilliant white. Its icy surface reflects nearly all the sunlight that reaches it. Beneath that frozen shell, scientists believe a global ocean quietly exists. From cracks near its south pole, enormous plumes of water vapor burst into space like graceful fountains. These icy geysers suggest that warm water still flows beneath the surface. Some researchers even wonder whether simple forms of life could someday be discovered there. The possibility remains one of the most exciting questions in modern science. As we gently continue our journey, Saturn slowly begins to recede behind us. Its rings become thinner and thinner until they resemble delicate golden lines drawn across the darkness. They remind us that beauty often arises from countless small things working together. Tiny fragments of ice, tiny pieces of rock, each following quiet natural laws over billions of years. Ahead, another world patiently awaits. Its color is unlike any planet we have seen before. Soft blue-green, peaceful, almost mysterious. It rotates while lying dramatically on its side, as though gently resting in the vastness of space. Our next destination is Uranus, the quiet sideways planet. Take one more slow breath. Feel your thoughts becoming lighter than the drifting rings behind us, and let the endless calm of the universe gently carry you onward toward the distant blue worlds. Take a slow, comfortable breath as Saturn and its shimmering rings slowly fade into the darkness behind us. The sunlight becomes softer. The warmth of the sun feels more distant now. Its bright golden glow has become a small, gentle star far behind us. Ahead, floating quietly in the vast blackness, a pale blue-green world slowly appears. This is Uranus, a planet unlike any other in our solar system. From far away, Uranus seems almost perfectly calm. Unlike Jupiter's colorful bands or Saturn's elegant rings, its atmosphere appears smooth and peaceful. Its soft turquoise color comes from methane gas high in the atmosphere. Methane absorbs much of the red light from the sun while reflecting blue and green wavelengths back into space. The result is a planet that looks almost like a polished gemstone drifting through the darkness. As we gently approach, one remarkable fact sets Uranus apart from every other major planet. It does not spin upright. Instead, Uranus rotates while lying almost completely on its side. Its axis is tilted by about 98 degrees. Imagine a globe rolling across a table instead of spinning like a top. That is how Uranus journeys around the Sun. Scientists believe that billions of years ago, during the early days of the solar system, a massive collision may have knocked Uranus sideways. Whatever happened, the result created one of the strangest worlds we know. Because of this unusual tilt, the seasons on Uranus are unlike anywhere else. Each season lasts about 21 Earth years. For many years at a time, one pole faces almost directly toward the Sun while the other remains in darkness. Then, over decades, the situation slowly reverses. Imagine experiencing a sunrise that lasts for years, or a night that stretches across 2 decades. Time feels wonderfully different here. As we drift closer, the atmosphere reveals subtle layers of delicate clouds. They move quietly beneath the soft sunlight. Although Uranus appears peaceful, powerful winds sweep across its atmosphere. Some reach speeds of nearly 900 kilometers per hour. Yet from our distant viewpoint, those winds are invisible. Only the calm blue surface seems to exist. It is another reminder that appearances can be wonderfully gentle, even when great energy lies beneath. Unlike Jupiter and Saturn, Uranus belongs to a category known as an ice giant. Deep beneath its atmosphere lies a strange interior made not of solid ice as we know it, but of hot, dense mixtures of water, ammonia, and methane compressed under enormous pressure. These substances behave in ways that are difficult to imagine. Far below, temperatures rise dramatically despite the great distance from the Sun. The universe often hides warmth beneath cold appearances. One of the most fascinating ideas about Uranus involves something extraordinary. Scientists believe that deep inside the planet, under immense pressure, carbon atoms may be compressed into tiny crystals. In theory, diamonds could slowly form and gently fall through the planet's interior like rain. Imagine silent showers of glittering diamonds drifting through a world hidden beneath blue clouds. It sounds like fantasy, yet physics suggests it may actually happen. Nature is capable of astonishing beauty. Uranus is surrounded by a family of 27 known moons. Most are named after characters from the works of William Shakespeare and Alexander Pope, giving this distant world a touch of poetry. There is Titania, the largest moon, Oberon, with its ancient craters, Miranda, perhaps the most unusual of them all. Miranda's surface looks almost like a giant puzzle assembled from different worlds. Towering cliffs rise nearly 20 kilometers high. Gigantic canyons cut across frozen plains. Scientists think powerful geological forces may have shattered and reshaped this small moon long ago. Even in the quiet outer solar system, dramatic stories remain written in stone. Uranus also possesses a delicate system of rings. They are much darker and fainter than Saturn's famous rings, making them difficult to see from afar. Composed mostly of dark rock and dust, they quietly circle the planet, hidden within the shadows. Only careful observation reveals their graceful presence. Out here, sunlight is very gentle. It takes more than 2.5 hours for light from the Sun to reach Uranus. The Sun itself appears only as a brilliant star, providing about 1/400th of the sunlight that reaches Earth. Even so, its light still softly illuminates the blue planet. The same sunlight that warmed ancient forests on Earth now quietly touches this distant world after traveling billions of kilometers through space. It is comforting to think that light connects every corner of our solar system. As we slowly rise away from Uranus, its tranquil blue-green glow becomes smaller behind us. Ahead lies the final major planet in our journey through the classical solar system, a world even farther from the Sun, deep sapphire in color, home to the fastest winds ever measured on any planet, a place where storms quietly circle beneath the faint light of a distant sun. Our next peaceful destination is Neptune, the mysterious blue giant at the edge of the planetary family. Take another slow breath. Let every muscle relax. Allow your thoughts to drift as gently as sunlight crossing the vast silence between the stars. And together, we will continue our quiet voyage into the farthest reaches of our solar system. Take another slow, peaceful breath. As Uranus slowly fades into the darkness behind us, the solar system begins to feel quieter than ever before. The Sun, once a brilliant golden giant, has become only a dazzling star in the distance. Its warmth still reaches us, but only after traveling for more than 4 hours across the immense emptiness of space. Ahead, a deep blue world slowly appears. Its color is richer than Uranus, more like the shade of a calm ocean just before nightfall. This is Neptune, the 8th major planet from the Sun, the most distant giant in our solar system. From afar, Neptune seems peaceful. Its smooth sapphire color gives it an almost dreamlike appearance. Yet beneath those beautiful blue clouds lies one of the most energetic atmospheres known. Imagine drifting gently above the planet's cloud tops. There is no solid ground below, only layer upon layer of hydrogen, helium, methane, and deeper oceans of exotic fluids compressed under enormous pressure. The soft blue color comes from methane gas, which absorbs much of the red sunlight while reflecting beautiful blue wavelengths back into space. The farther we travel from the Sun, the quieter the light becomes. Here, sunlight is only about 1/900th as bright as it is on Earth. Even at midday, the illumination resembles the gentle glow of twilight. It is peaceful, soft, almost sleepy. Yet Neptune refuses to become still. Despite receiving so little solar energy, this distant planet produces powerful storms and astonishing winds. Some winds race across its atmosphere at more than 2,000 kilometers per hour, the fastest planetary winds ever measured, faster than the speed of sound in Earth's atmosphere. And yet, from the silence of space, none of it can be heard. No roaring wind, no crashing storm, only graceful clouds quietly changing shape beneath us. Years ago, astronomers discovered a giant storm known as the Great Dark Spot. It resembled Jupiter's famous Great Red Spot, although it behaved quite differently. Unlike Jupiter's centuries-old storm, Neptune's dark storms appear, disappear, and reappear over time. The atmosphere of Neptune is constantly changing. Even at the edge of the solar system, nature remains wonderfully active. Deep inside Neptune lies another mysterious interior. Like Uranus, it is classified as an ice giant. Far beneath its clouds exist dense layers of water, ammonia, and methane under tremendous pressure. Scientists believe these materials may form strange hot oceans unlike anything found on Earth. The temperatures there reach thousands of degrees, yet the immense pressure prevents the materials from behaving as ordinary liquids or gases. The deeper we imagine traveling, the stranger physics becomes. Neptune completes one orbit around the Sun every 165 Earth years. That means since its discovery in 1846, it has completed only a single full journey around the Sun. One Neptunian year lasts longer than several human lifetimes combined. Time flows gently here, patiently, without urgency. Neptune is also accompanied by 16 known moons, each quietly following its own path. The largest is Triton. It is one of the most fascinating moons in the solar system. Unlike nearly every large moon we have visited, Triton travels around Neptune backwards, moving in the opposite direction of the planet's rotation. This unusual orbit suggests Triton was likely captured long ago, becoming a permanent member of Neptune's family. Imagine descending gently toward Triton's frozen surface. The landscape glows softly beneath the faint sunlight. Great plains of nitrogen ice stretch toward the horizon. The air is incredibly thin and unbelievably cold. Surface temperatures fall to around minus 235 degrees Celsius, making Triton one of the coldest known worlds in the solar system. Yet even here, life is not entirely absent from motion. Dark geysers quietly erupt from beneath the frozen crust, sending fine material drifting into the weak atmosphere before settling gently back onto the icy plains. Even in extreme cold, nature continues its quiet work. Neptune's gravity also shepherds faint rings made of dust and tiny ice particles. Unlike Saturn's brilliant rings, Neptune's are subtle and mysterious. Some contain curious bright arcs where material appears concentrated into graceful clusters. Scientists continue studying how these delicate structures remain stable. The universe always seems willing to leave us with another beautiful question. Now, take a moment to look back. The Sun is only a brilliant point of light. The inner planets can no longer be seen. Earth has disappeared completely from view. Our familiar home is now hidden somewhere within that tiny sparkle. It is a humbling thought. Everything we know, every mountain, every ocean, every forest, every person, exists around a star that now looks no different from countless others scattered across the sky. And yet, that tiny point remains home. As we gently leave Neptune behind, we approach the quiet frontier of the planetary family. Ahead lies a region filled with icy dwarf planets, frozen worlds, and ancient objects that have remained almost unchanged since the birth of the solar system. The sunlight grows softer still. The silence becomes deeper. Our next destination is Pluto and the Kuiper Belt, where the familiar solar system slowly gives way to the vast darkness beyond. Take one slow breath. Let your eyelids grow heavier. Feel your thoughts becoming as light as drifting ice crystals. And together, we will continue toward the peaceful outer edge of our cosmic home. Take another slow, gentle breath. As Neptune slowly becomes a distant blue jewel behind us, the familiar family of planets comes to an end. Ahead stretches a vast and peaceful region where sunlight is faint. The temperatures are unimaginably cold, and countless icy worlds drift silently through space. Welcome to the Kuiper Belt. This enormous ring of frozen objects extends far beyond Neptune, reaching billions of kilometers into the darkness. It is not empty, nor is it crowded. Instead, it is a quiet frontier filled with ancient remnants from the birth of the solar system. Imagine floating gently through this frozen realm. Tiny crystals of ice sparkle softly in the distant sunlight. Small worlds drift patiently along their ancient paths. Some are only a few kilometers across. Others are large enough for gravity to shape them into nearly perfect spheres. These distant objects have spent more than 4.5 billion years quietly orbiting the Sun. They are among the oldest survivors of our cosmic neighborhood. Ahead, one familiar world slowly comes into view. Small, round, softly illuminated. This is Pluto. For many decades, Pluto was known as the ninth planet. Children memorized its place at the edge of the solar system. Then, in 2006, astronomers introduced a new definition for the word planet. Because Pluto shares its orbital neighborhood with many other icy objects instead of clearing its orbit, it was reclassified as a dwarf planet. Its title changed. Its beauty did not. As we drift closer, Pluto reveals a surprisingly varied landscape. Its surface is painted in soft shades of white, tan, reddish-brown, and charcoal gray. Frozen plains stretch toward distant mountains. Great valleys cut across ancient terrain. Towering peaks made largely of water ice rise several kilometers above the surrounding landscape. On Pluto, water ice is so cold and so hard that it behaves almost like solid rock. One feature immediately captures your attention: a vast, bright, heart-shaped region. Scientists call it Tombaugh Regio, named after Clyde Tombaugh, the astronomer who discovered Pluto in 1930. The western half of this giant heart is a smooth plain known as Sputnik Planitia. It is made mostly of frozen nitrogen. Unlike the cratered landscapes we have seen elsewhere, this plain appears remarkably young. Its icy surface slowly flows over time, almost like an extremely slow glacier. Even here, at the edge of the solar system, change continues. Imagine gently landing upon this frozen plain. The sunlight is incredibly soft. At this distance, the sun appears only as an exceptionally bright star. Its light is about 1,600 times weaker than on Earth. Even at midday, the landscape resembles a peaceful twilight. The silence is profound. The air is extraordinarily thin, made mostly of nitrogen with traces of methane and carbon monoxide. As Pluto travels farther from the Sun during its long orbit, much of this delicate atmosphere freezes and settles onto the surface like frost. Then, centuries later, as Pluto slowly moves closer again, some of the frozen gases gently evaporate back into the sky. The entire atmosphere quietly comes and goes over the course of a Plutonian year. And that year is astonishingly long. Pluto takes about 248 Earth years to complete one orbit around the Sun. No person has ever lived long enough to witness an entire Plutonian year. Time here is measured not in decades, but in centuries. Perhaps nowhere in the solar system feels more patient. Pluto is not alone. Its largest companion is Charon. Unlike most moons, Charon is remarkably large compared with its planet. Together, Pluto and Charon orbit a point in space that lies between them, almost like two graceful dancers moving together across the darkness. Some astronomers even describe them as a binary dwarf planet system. Standing upon Pluto, Charon would appear enormous in the sky. Unlike Earth's moon, it would hardly move at all. It would remain almost fixed above the same place, quietly watching over the frozen world. Beyond Pluto, the Kuiper Belt continues. Thousands of icy bodies quietly circle the sun. Some have names such as Haumea, Makemake, and Quaoar. Farther still lies Eris, another dwarf planet nearly the size of Pluto. These distant worlds remind us that the solar system is far richer and more complex than early astronomers ever imagined. Every few years, scientists discover yet another hidden member of this frozen family. The map of our solar system is still growing. As we slowly drift away, Pluto becomes smaller and smaller until it is only another tiny point of light among countless icy neighbors. The sun has become little more than a brilliant star behind us. Its warmth is now only a distant memory. Ahead lies an even more mysterious region, a place where long-period comets begin their slow journeys toward the inner solar system. A vast spherical cloud that may extend almost halfway to the nearest stars. The darkness deepens. The silence grows even more complete. Our next destination is the Oort cloud, the quiet outer boundary of our solar system. Take one slow breath. Relax completely, and let yourself drift peacefully into the endless stillness beyond the planets. Take another slow, peaceful breath. By now, the sun is no longer the great golden light that warmed Mercury, Earth, or Jupiter. It has become a brilliant star, shining quietly in an ocean of darkness. Its light still reaches us, but it feels incredibly distant. We have traveled beyond the planets, beyond the Kuiper Belt, beyond the familiar map of our solar system. Ahead lies one of the most mysterious places ever imagined by astronomy, the Oort cloud. Unlike every destination we have visited so far, the Oort cloud has never been seen directly. It is too distant, too dark, too enormous. Instead, scientists know it exists because of the comets that occasionally arrive from its depths. Like footprints leading back into a forest, those comets reveal the hidden place from which they came. Imagine drifting gently into this vast frontier. There are no glowing planets here, no colorful cloud bands, no towering volcanoes, only silence. The darkness feels deeper than anywhere we have been before. Tiny icy worlds drift through the void, separated by astonishing distances. Even here, space remains mostly empty, wonderfully empty. The Oort cloud is not a flat ring like the Kuiper Belt. Instead, astronomers believe it forms an enormous spherical shell surrounding the entire solar system. If this picture is correct, our planetary family sits quietly at its center, wrapped inside a vast cloud of frozen objects extending in every direction. Its true size is almost impossible to imagine. The outer edge may reach nearly 100,000 astronomical units from the Sun. 1 astronomical unit, or AU, is the average distance between Earth and the Sun. At that scale, the Oort cloud stretches nearly 1.5 light years into space, nearly halfway to the nearest star. Our solar system is far larger than it first appears. Imagine floating among these ancient icy bodies. Some are only a few kilometers across. Others may be much larger. Each one is made mostly of frozen water, methane, ammonia, and other ancient materials preserved since the birth of the solar system. For billions of years, they have drifted quietly through the darkness, disturbed only occasionally by the gentle pull of passing stars or the gravity of our Milky Way galaxy. Most of these icy travelers will remain here forever, but every so often, something remarkable happens. A nearby star passes through our corner of the galaxy, or the slow gravitational tides of the Milky Way gently alter an object's orbit. One frozen body begins a long inward journey. For thousands, perhaps millions, of years, it slowly falls toward the sun. As it approaches the warmth of the inner solar system, its frozen surface begins to awaken. Ice turns directly into gas. Beautiful glowing tails form behind it. A comet is born. The brilliant comets occasionally seen from Earth are visitors from this silent realm. Some may return only once every several thousand years. Others may never return again. Each is a messenger carrying ancient material from the earliest days of our solar system. In a sense, every comet is a time traveler. Now, pause for a moment. Look back toward the sun. It is only one bright star among countless others scattered across the sky. From here, our entire solar system would fit into a tiny region surrounding that single point of light. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, the giant planets, every moon, every asteroid, every human who has ever lived, all hidden within a space too small to distinguish from this distance. It is both humbling and comforting. The universe is unimaginably vast. Yet even within that vastness, one tiny star became the home of oceans, forests, birdsong, and curious minds capable of wondering about the cosmos. Perhaps that is one of the universe's greatest gifts. Not simply its size, but its ability to create places where questions can be asked. As we continue drifting farther outward, the stars begin to look different. The sun slowly loses its special place among them. Soon, there will be no obvious center, no familiar direction, only the countless stars of the Milky Way, stretching across the darkness like a river of gentle light. Our journey is about to leave the solar system behind. For the first time, we will enter the true ocean between the stars, a place where distances are measured not in millions of kilometers, but in light years. Ahead waits our nearest stellar neighbors, ancient suns, quiet red dwarfs, brilliant white stars, perhaps even worlds orbiting them, unseen in the darkness. Take another slow breath. Feel every thought becoming lighter, every muscle more relaxed. And together, we will gently leave our solar system behind, beginning a peaceful voyage through the endless sea of stars. Take another slow, gentle breath. Our journey has now carried us beyond the distant Oort cloud. Behind us, the sun has become almost impossible to distinguish from the countless other stars. If someone were standing here, they would never guess that one tiny point of light was home to Earth, home to every ocean, every mountain, every song, every story ever told. From this distance, the sun is simply another quiet star among billions. Welcome to the space between the stars. Astronomers call this the interstellar medium. Although it appears completely empty, it is not. Tiny atoms of hydrogen drift silently through the darkness. Microscopic grains of cosmic dust float between the stars. Invisible magnetic fields weave gently across the galaxy. It is an ocean so incredibly thin that even the best vacuum chambers on Earth contain far more matter. Yet over enormous distances, these tiny particles help shape the Milky Way itself. Imagine drifting peacefully through this silent sea. There is no up, no down, no horizon, only stars scattered in every direction, each separated by astonishing distances. Here, the scale of the universe begins to change once again. Within the solar system, we measure distance in millions or billions of kilometers. Now those numbers become far too small. Instead, we measure in light years. A light year is the distance that light travels in 1 year. Light moves at nearly 300,000 kilometers every second. Even at that incredible speed, it takes more than 4 years to reach the nearest star beyond our Sun. That nearest neighbor is called Proxima Centauri. It is about 4.24 light years away. Although it is the closest known star to our solar system, it is so faint that it cannot be seen with the naked eye from Earth. Proxima is a red dwarf, much smaller and cooler than our Sun. Red dwarfs are the quiet workers of the universe. They burn their fuel very slowly. Some may continue shining for trillions of years, far longer than the current age of the universe itself. If patience had a home, it might be among the red dwarfs. Around Proxima Centauri circles at least one known planet, Proxima Centauri b. It is a rocky world that orbits within the region where temperatures might allow liquid water under the right conditions. Whether oceans truly exist there, no one yet knows. Whether life has ever appeared, we simply cannot say. For now, it remains one of the great unanswered questions of science. As we continue drifting, we notice that Proxima is not alone. It belongs to a remarkable family known as the Alpha Centauri system. Two larger stars, Alpha Centauri A and Alpha Centauri B, dance around one another in a graceful orbital partnership. From certain viewpoints, they would appear as two bright suns sharing the same sky. Imagine standing upon a distant planet there. Morning might begin beneath twin golden stars. Sunsets could paint the landscape with two glowing horizons. It would be a beautiful sight to imagine. The stars themselves are surprisingly different from one another. Some shine with a soft reddish glow. Others burn brilliant white. Some are pale yellow like our sun. Others glow blue, signaling temperatures far hotter than anything our own star can produce. Color is more than beauty. It tells the story of a star's temperature, size, and age. Every star has its own quiet personality. As we drift farther into the galaxy, we begin to notice something else. Many stars are surrounded by faint disks of dust and gas. These are the birthplaces of planets. Tiny grains slowly collide. They stick together. Pebbles become rocks. Rocks become worlds. Given enough time, millions of years, entire planetary systems can emerge. Our own solar system likely began in exactly this way. The universe seems remarkably skilled at building new worlds. Modern astronomy has revealed that planets are astonishingly common. Thousands of exoplanets have already been discovered orbiting distant stars. Some are giant worlds larger than Jupiter. Others are rocky planets similar in size to Earth. A few orbit 2 stars instead of 1. Some may possess deep oceans. Others could be covered entirely in ice. There may even be planets wandering alone through space, no longer bound to any star. The possibilities are almost endless. Perhaps, somewhere among these countless distant worlds, another curious civilization has also looked toward the night sky and quietly wondered whether they are alone. For now, we simply do not know, and that uncertainty is one of the most beautiful parts of science. Questions inspire exploration. Wonder keeps us looking upward. As we gently continue our voyage, the number of stars surrounding us seems to grow without limit. Ahead, a faint colorful cloud begins to glow against the darkness. It is neither a planet nor a star. It is a place where stars themselves are born. A vast nursery of gas, dust, and gentle light. Our next peaceful destination is a stellar nursery, where new suns quietly awaken within glowing clouds called nebulae. Take one slow breath, relax even more deeply, and let yourself drift onward into one of the most beautiful regions in the entire galaxy. Take another slow, gentle breath. As the nearby stars gradually spread out behind us, a soft glow begins to appear ahead. At first, it looks like a faint cloud floating in the darkness. Then the colors slowly become clearer. Gentle shades of blue, soft pink, warm gold, hints of violet. It is almost as though someone has painted the night sky with delicate watercolor brushes. We are approaching a nebula, one of the most beautiful places in the universe. The word nebula comes from a Latin word meaning cloud. For centuries, early astronomers believed these glowing shapes were simply fuzzy patches of light. Today, we know they are enormous clouds of gas and cosmic dust. Some stretch for dozens or even hundreds of light years across. They are among the largest structures in the galaxy, yet they appear soft and delicate from a distance. Imagine drifting slowly into one of these glowing clouds. The colors become richer around you. The darkness is no longer completely black. Instead, a gentle mist of starlight surrounds everything. It feels peaceful, dreamlike, almost weightless. Although the nebula appears dense, it is surprisingly empty. Even the thickest parts contain far fewer atoms than the air inside a quiet room on Earth. If you could place a single handful of nebula material into your hand, it would contain almost nothing at all. The cloud seems solid only because it stretches across such enormous distances. Nebulae are the great nurseries of the cosmos. Within these quiet clouds, gravity patiently begins its work. Tiny regions become just slightly denser than their surroundings. Very slowly, they attract more gas and dust. The growing clouds become heavier. Gravity pulls them inward, over hundreds of thousands, then millions of years. The material gathers into glowing spheres. Eventually, temperatures at their centers become unimaginably hot. Hydrogen atoms begin to fuse together. A new star is born. There is no sudden explosion, no dramatic beginning, only a slow awakening. A quiet sunrise that may continue shining for billions of years. Perhaps that is one of the most comforting lessons the universe offers. The greatest transformations often happen gradually, patiently, without hurry. As we drift deeper into the nebula, we notice towering columns of dark gas rising like silent mountains. One famous example is known as the Pillars of Creation. These immense structures are located within the Eagle Nebula, about 7,000 light-years from Earth. Each pillar stretches for several light-years, containing enough material to create many future stars. Their name is beautifully fitting. Within these quiet columns, gravity continues shaping new suns that may one day warm distant planets. Sunlight from nearby young stars shines through the surrounding gas, causing parts of the nebula to glow. Hydrogen often produces soft red light. Oxygen glows with gentle shades of green and blue. Sulfur contributes warm orange and crimson colors. Together, they create some of the most breathtaking scenes ever photographed by space telescopes. Yet if you were actually floating inside one of these clouds, the colors would appear much fainter than the vivid images we often see. Many famous photographs use long exposures and enhanced colors to reveal details our eyes cannot naturally detect. Even without those brilliant colors, the quiet beauty would remain. Nearby, a newly formed star shines softly. Around it spins a thin, flat disk of gas and dust. This is called a protoplanetary disk. Within this gentle whirlpool, tiny grains slowly collide. They stick together. Dust becomes pebbles. Pebbles become rocks. Rocks become worlds. Some may eventually grow into planets with oceans, others into icy moons. Perhaps somewhere, billions of years from now, life may arise beneath the light of this very star. Every planet begins as drifting dust. Every ocean begins with tiny droplets. Every great journey begins quietly. The universe has repeated this process for more than 13 billion years. Stars are born. They shine. They grow old. And when their lives end, they return their material back into space. From that recycled material, new stars are born again. The atoms inside your body were once forged inside ancient stars that lived and died long before our sun existed. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the oxygen you breathe, all of it has traveled an extraordinary journey across cosmic time. In a very real sense, we are connected to the stars, not only through curiosity, but through the very matter that makes us who we are. As we slowly leave the glowing nebula behind, its colorful clouds begin to fade into the darkness. Ahead, countless stars gather together into an immense spiral of light. For the first time, we will step back far enough to see our true home on the grandest scale. Not simply Earth, not the solar system, but the entire Milky Way galaxy itself. Take another slow breath. Allow your mind to become perfectly calm. And together, let us continue toward the great spiral river of stars that we call home. Take another slow, peaceful breath. As the glowing nebula slowly fades behind us, the view ahead begins to expand beyond anything we have imagined so far. The stars no longer appear scattered randomly across the darkness. Instead, they gather together into graceful rivers of light. Slowly, patiently, a magnificent spiral begins to reveal itself. This is the Milky Way galaxy, our true home among the stars. Every place we have visited on this journey, the Sun, Earth, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, and the distant Oort cloud, exists within this single galaxy. From Earth, the Milky Way appears as a faint band of soft light stretching across a dark sky. For thousands of years, people wondered what this glowing river truly was. Some cultures imagined it as a celestial pathway. Others believed it was spilled milk across the heavens. Today, we understand that this gentle ribbon is the combined light of hundreds of billions of stars, so distant that they blend together into one luminous stream. Imagine drifting farther away. The Milky Way slowly unfolds beneath you. Its spiral arms curve gracefully around a bright central bulge. Clouds of glowing gas weave between the stars. Dark lanes of cosmic dust create elegant patterns across the galaxy. From above, it resembles a vast whirlpool of light, turning almost imperceptibly through space. Our galaxy is astonishingly large. It stretches about 100,000 light-years from one side to the other. If you could travel at the speed of light, the fastest speed allowed by nature, it would still take 100,000 years to cross it. Even light, with all its incredible speed, requires a lifetime far beyond human history to make the journey. Within this enormous structure are perhaps 200 to 400 billion stars. Many of those stars are surrounded by planets. Some planetary systems may contain rocky worlds similar to Earth. Others may host giant gas planets or frozen ice worlds. The number of possible planets in our galaxy alone is almost impossible to imagine. Perhaps hundreds of billions, maybe more. As we continue drifting, notice something remarkable. Our own sun is not near the center of the galaxy. Instead, it quietly orbits about 27,000 light-years from the galactic core within a smaller spiral feature called the Orion Arm. Here, far from the crowded center, the solar system has enjoyed billions of years of relative stability. Sometimes, being slightly off to the side is exactly the right place to be. The Sun completes one orbit around the Milky Way roughly every 225 million Earth years. This journey is called a galactic year. When the dinosaurs first appeared on Earth, our solar system was in a completely different part of the galaxy. Since then, it has traveled hundreds of millions of kilometers every hour around the galactic center, quietly following gravity's gentle guidance. Yet from our everyday perspective, we never notice the motion. The universe often moves in ways too slow for us to feel. Ahead, the bright heart of the Milky Way glows with increasing brilliance. The central bulge contains countless stars packed closely together. At its very center lies something extraordinary. A supermassive black hole known as Sagittarius A star. It contains about 4 million times the mass of our Sun. Although black holes themselves emit no light, the material swirling around them can become incredibly hot, shining brightly before disappearing beyond the event horizon. We will visit these mysterious objects later in our journey. For now, we simply admire the quiet balance they help create within our galaxy. The Milky Way is not standing still. It gently rotates, with different regions moving at different speeds. Stars drift through their own quiet paths. Nebulae slowly change shape. New stars are born while older stars reach the ends of their long lives. The galaxy is alive with motion, yet everything unfolds over millions and billions of years. Patience seems woven into every corner of the cosmos. As we look outward beyond the Milky Way, faint patches of light begin to appear in every direction. At first, they resemble distant stars, but they are not stars at all. Each glowing point is another entire galaxy, containing billions of its own suns. Suddenly, our own magnificent galaxy no longer feels alone. It becomes one island among countless others in an unimaginably vast cosmic ocean. The universe is larger than we have ever dared to dream. As we slowly continue our peaceful voyage, one neighboring galaxy begins to shine a little brighter than the rest. It is slowly moving toward us across the darkness. A graceful spiral, beautiful and serene. Our nearest great galactic neighbor, the Andromeda Galaxy, awaits. Take another slow breath. Feel your body becoming deeply relaxed, your thoughts drifting like starlight across the quiet sea of galaxies. And together, we will continue our gentle journey into the vast universe beyond our own galactic home. Take another slow, peaceful breath. As the glowing spiral of the Milky Way slowly settles behind us, another graceful island of stars begins to appear ahead. At first, it is only a faint mist of light. Then, little by little, its elegant spiral arms become clearer. Its bright central core shines softly against the darkness. This is the Andromeda Galaxy, the nearest large spiral galaxy to our own. A quiet neighbor waiting across an unimaginable stretch of space. Even from Earth, under very dark skies, Andromeda can sometimes be seen with the naked eye. It appears as a tiny, misty patch of light. It may not look impressive at first glance, but that small blur is extraordinary. The light reaching your eyes began its journey about 2.5 million years ago. When that light first left Andromeda, early human ancestors were just beginning to walk across ancient African landscapes. Only now has it completed its incredible voyage. Looking at Andromeda is truly looking into the distant past. Imagine drifting gently closer. The galaxy slowly expands before you. Its graceful spiral arms sweep outward like enormous rivers of starlight. Dark lanes of cosmic dust wind between brilliant clusters of stars. Soft pink nebulae quietly glow where new suns are being born. From a distance, the entire galaxy seems almost like a giant seashell made of light. Andromeda is even larger than the Milky Way. It stretches roughly 220,000 light-years across, making it one of the largest members of our local group of galaxies. Within it are perhaps 1 trillion stars. That is several times more stars than many estimates for our own galaxy. If every star represented a single grain of sand, the beaches of Earth would still struggle to contain them all. Yet despite its enormous size, Andromeda is not crowded. The distances between individual stars remain immense. If our sun were the size of a marble, the nearest neighboring star would still be hundreds of kilometers away on the same scale. The universe leaves plenty of room for silence. As we float peacefully above one of Andromeda's spiral arms, countless stars shimmer beneath us. Some are young and brilliant blue. Others glow softly with warm golden light. Many are ancient red giants nearing the ends of their lives. Each star quietly tells its own story. Each one may be surrounded by planets. Some worlds may have icy oceans. Others may be wrapped in thick clouds. Some could be rocky landscapes warmed by gentle sunlight. The possibilities are almost beyond counting. Somewhere among these hundreds of billions, or perhaps a trillion, stars, there may be places where life has emerged. Perhaps tiny organisms drift through distant oceans. Perhaps forests sway beneath unfamiliar skies. Perhaps curious minds have looked upward and wondered whether they are alone in the universe. We do not know, and perhaps that mystery is part of what makes the cosmos feel so peaceful. Not every question needs an immediate answer. Wonder itself is enough. Now, notice something remarkable. Although Andromeda appears calm and distant, it is slowly moving toward us. The Milky Way and Andromeda are gently approaching one another at about 110 kilometers per second. That may sound incredibly fast, yet because the distance between us is so vast, the meeting will not happen for about 4.5 billion years. By then, the Sun itself will be approaching the later stages of its life. When the two galaxies finally meet, it will not resemble the dramatic collisions we often imagine. Stars are separated by such enormous distances that very few, if any, will actually collide. Instead, gravity will slowly reshape both galaxies over hundreds of millions of years. Their elegant spiral arms will stretch and bend. Clouds of gas will drift together. New generations of stars will be born. Eventually, the Milky Way and Andromeda will merge into one vast new galaxy. Astronomers sometimes call this future galaxy Milkomeda. It is comforting to realize that even such a grand event will unfold gently, over timescales almost impossible to imagine. The universe rarely rushes. Everything happens with extraordinary patience. Around Andromeda drift dozens of smaller companion galaxies. Some appear as tiny glowing clouds. Others are stretched and distorted by gravity. Together, they form a peaceful family of galaxies known as the Local Group. Our own Milky Way belongs to this family as well. We are neighbors, quietly traveling together through the expanding universe. As we slowly drift away from Andromeda, its spiral arms become smaller, blending once again into the soft darkness. Ahead, the view changes once more. Instead of a single galaxy, we begin to see many galaxies gathered together in enormous communities. Hundreds, thousands, each one quietly bound by gravity. These are galaxy clusters, some of the largest structures in the universe. Take another slow breath. Feel your mind becoming wonderfully still, your body deeply relaxed, and let the endless beauty of the cosmos gently carry you onward into the great gatherings of galaxies that fill the universe. Take another slow, peaceful breath. As the graceful spiral of the Andromeda galaxy slowly fades into the distance, the universe begins to reveal an even grander pattern. Until now, we have visited stars, planets, nebulae, entire galaxies. But galaxies, like stars before them, are not scattered completely at random. They gather together, patiently, quietly, bound by gravity across unimaginable distances. Welcome to the realm of galaxy clusters. Imagine drifting farther and farther away. The Milky Way becomes a tiny spiral of light. Andromeda shrinks beside it. Soon, dozens of galaxies appear together, then hundreds, then thousands, each one glowing softly against the endless darkness. From this perspective, they resemble distant lanterns floating across a calm night sea. A typical galaxy cluster may contain hundreds or even thousands of galaxies. Each galaxy holds billions of stars. Each star may have its own family of planets. The numbers quickly become almost impossible to imagine. And yet, despite all of this incredible abundance, most of the universe remains empty space. Silence still fills nearly every corner. Our own Milky Way belongs to a modest gathering known as the Local Group. It contains more than 50 known galaxies. Most are small dwarf galaxies quietly orbiting the larger members, including the Milky Way and Andromeda. Together, they drift through the universe like a peaceful family traveling across a vast ocean. But larger gatherings exist, far larger. Ahead, an immense collection of galaxies slowly comes into view. This is similar to the Virgo cluster, one of the nearest large galaxy clusters to our own. It contains well over 1,000 galaxies, all gently bound together by gravity. Some are graceful spirals. Others are smooth elliptical galaxies. A few have strange, irregular shapes, sculpted by ancient encounters with their neighbors. Imagine floating quietly among them. Every glowing island contains hundreds of billions of suns. Every one has its own history, its own planets, its own quiet rhythms. The distances between galaxies are enormous, yet gravity patiently holds the cluster together. It is almost like a vast cosmic city whose neighborhoods are separated not by streets, but by millions of light years. As we continue drifting, something curious becomes apparent. The galaxies do not move in perfectly straight lines. Instead, they slowly orbit the invisible center of the cluster. Yet when astronomers carefully measured these motions, they discovered a mystery. The visible galaxies alone do not contain enough mass to hold the cluster together. Something unseen must also be present, something far more abundant than ordinary matter. This mysterious substance is called dark matter. It cannot be seen directly. It does not glow. It does not reflect light. Yet its gravity quietly shapes galaxies, clusters, and perhaps the entire large-scale structure of the universe. We will explore this remarkable mystery in greater detail very soon. For now, simply imagine invisible rivers of gravity gently guiding these enormous systems across the cosmos. Between the galaxies lies something unexpected. The cluster is not completely empty. It contains an incredibly thin gas heated to tens of millions of degrees. This gas is so hot that it shines mostly in X-rays, invisible to human eyes but detectable by powerful space telescopes. Even here, where temperatures are astonishingly high, the gas is spread so thinly that it would feel emptier than the best vacuum ever created on Earth. The universe constantly reminds us that heat and emptiness can exist together. Now, slowly look farther outward. The galaxy cluster itself begins to shrink. Then another cluster appears nearby, and another. Thin filaments of galaxies stretch between them like delicate threads in an enormous web. Astronomers call this breathtaking pattern the cosmic web. Across billions of light years, galaxies gather into long filaments while vast empty regions, known as cosmic voids, lie between them. If we could somehow see the entire observable universe at once, it might resemble a gigantic three-dimensional web woven from galaxies and invisible dark matter. It is one of the largest patterns known in nature. And yet, even this magnificent structure continues to evolve. Gravity patiently pulls matter together. Galaxies slowly merge. Clusters gently grow. The universe never truly stands still. It simply changes so gradually that its movements are almost impossible to notice within a human lifetime. Perhaps there is something deeply comforting about that thought. Not everything meaningful must happen quickly. The greatest structures in existence were built over billions of years. Patiently, quietly, one gentle step at a time. As we continue our peaceful voyage, the glowing clusters begin to fade into the distance. Ahead lies one of the greatest mysteries in all of modern science. An invisible substance that outweighs every star, planet, moon, and galaxy we have visited. We cannot see it. We cannot touch it. Yet without it, galaxies might never have formed at all. Our next destination is the quiet mystery of dark matter. Take one more slow breath. Let every thought become lighter, every muscle softer, and allow yourself to drift peacefully toward one of the universe's greatest unanswered questions. Take another slow, peaceful breath. Allow your body to sink a little deeper into comfort. As the great galaxy clusters slowly fade into the darkness behind us, something remarkable begins to unfold. For the first time on our journey, we are approaching something that cannot be seen. There is no glowing planet, no shining star, no colorful nebula, no beautiful galaxy, only quiet space. And yet, this invisible presence may be one of the most important ingredients in the entire universe. This is the mystery of dark matter. Imagine floating peacefully through the vastness of space. At first, everything appears unchanged. Stars continue to shine. Galaxies continue their slow dance. Clusters remain gently bound together by gravity. Nothing seems unusual, but appearances can be wonderfully incomplete. Many decades ago, astronomers began carefully measuring how galaxies rotate. They expected the stars near the outer edges of galaxies to move more slowly than those closer to the center. Much like the outer planets in our solar system orbit the sun more slowly than the inner planets. Instead, they found something surprising. The outer stars were moving far faster than expected. So fast, in fact, that the visible matter alone should not have been able to hold the galaxies together. According to gravity as we understand it, those stars should have drifted away into space long ago. Yet they remained, quietly orbiting, patiently following invisible paths. It was as though an enormous amount of unseen mass surrounded every galaxy. Something invisible was gently holding everything together. Astronomers gave this mysterious substance a simple name: dark matter. The word dark does not mean evil or gloomy. It simply means that it does not interact with light in the way ordinary matter does. It does not shine. It does not glow. It does not reflect sunlight. If you were somehow surrounded by dark matter, you would not see it. Light would pass through almost completely unchanged. Yet gravity would quietly reveal its presence. Imagine a calm lake at sunrise. A gentle breeze moves across the water. You cannot see the wind itself, but you can see the ripples it creates. Dark matter is a little like that. We cannot observe it directly. Instead, we observe its effects. The graceful motions of stars, the behavior of galaxies, the bending of light itself. One of the most beautiful demonstrations of dark matter comes from something called gravitational lensing. According to Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity, gravity bends space itself. When light from a distant galaxy passes near a massive object, its path curves slightly. The galaxy may appear stretched, duplicated, or gently distorted. Astronomers can study these delicate distortions to measure the gravity of objects that cannot even be seen. Again and again, the results tell the same story. There is far more mass in the universe than ordinary matter can explain. Current estimates suggest that everything familiar, the stars, planets, oceans, mountains, trees, and even our own bodies, makes up only about 5% of the universe. Dark matter accounts for roughly 27%. The remaining majority belongs to another, even greater mystery that we will soon explore. Dark energy. Think about that for a moment. Everything humanity has ever touched, every bird that has flown, every mountain ever climbed, every ocean ever crossed, represents only a tiny fraction of what exists. The universe is far stranger and far richer than anyone once imagined. Scientists still do not know exactly what dark matter is. Many ideas have been proposed. Perhaps it consists of entirely new kinds of particles. Perhaps it behaves differently from anything found on Earth. Powerful underground detectors quietly wait for the faintest hint of these mysterious particles. Space telescopes continue searching for clues across the sky. Great discoveries often begin with patient observation. The universe rarely gives away its secrets quickly. Imagine now that, for just a moment, your eyes could somehow perceive dark matter. The galaxies around us would suddenly appear wrapped in enormous, invisible halos, extending far beyond the glowing stars. Delicate filaments would stretch between clusters, forming a vast cosmic scaffold. Ordinary matter, the stars and planets we know, would resemble tiny beads of light resting upon an immense, invisible framework. It would be like discovering that a beautiful stained glass window is supported by an unseen structure hidden beneath the artwork. The beauty was always there. We simply could not see all of it. Perhaps there is something comforting in that thought. Not everything important is visible. Gravity itself cannot be seen. Love cannot be measured with a ruler. Hope has no color. Patience casts no shadow. Yet each quietly shapes the world around us. Dark matter reminds us that the universe may be held together by things beyond immediate sight. As we gently continue our journey, the invisible architecture of the cosmos slowly fades into the background. Ahead lies an even deeper mystery, one that is not pulling the universe together, but gently pushing it apart. The galaxies themselves are slowly drifting away from one another at an ever-increasing pace. The cause remains one of the greatest puzzles in modern science. Our next peaceful destination is dark energy, the quiet force shaping the future of the universe. Take one slow breath. Let every worry drift away into the silent stars. And together, we will continue toward the deepest mysteries the cosmos has yet revealed. Take another slow, gentle breath. Feel your body resting comfortably. Allow your thoughts to become as light as drifting starlight. Behind us, the invisible web of dark matter quietly stretches across the universe. Ahead lies a mystery even greater. not something that gathers galaxies together, but something that slowly carries them farther apart. This is dark energy. Unlike planets, stars, or galaxies, dark energy cannot be seen. Unlike dark matter, its presence is not revealed by gravity pulling objects together. Instead, scientists discovered it through something even more surprising. The universe is expanding, and that expansion is speeding up. For much of human history, people imagine the universe as something eternal and unchanging. Then, in the early 20th century, astronomers made an astonishing discovery. Nearly every distant galaxy was moving away from us. The farther away a galaxy was, the faster it appeared to be receding. It was as though the universe itself were gently stretching. Imagine tiny dots painted on the surface of a balloon. As the balloon slowly inflates, every dot moves away from every other dot. No single dot is the center. The surface itself is expanding. In a similar way, space itself quietly grows larger over time. The galaxies are not flying through empty space like ships across an ocean. Instead, the very fabric of the universe slowly stretches between them. For many years, scientists assumed that gravity would gradually slow this expansion. After all, gravity always attracts. It gathers stars into galaxies, galaxies into clusters. Surely it should also slow the expansion of the universe. But in 1998, careful observations of distant exploding stars revealed something extraordinary. The expansion was not slowing. It was accelerating. Some unknown influence was gently pushing the universe outward. Astronomers called this mysterious phenomenon dark energy. The name reflects our uncertainty. We know it exists because we observe its effects. But its true nature remains one of the greatest unsolved questions in all of science. Current estimates suggest that dark energy makes up about 68% of the entire universe. Think about that for a moment. Everything familiar, every star, every planet, every galaxy, every atom in your body represents only a tiny portion of reality. Most of the universe is made of things we are still striving to understand. Rather than feeling discouraging, perhaps this is wonderfully hopeful. It means the universe still has countless stories waiting to be discovered. Imagine now that you could somehow watch the universe over billions of years. Galaxies would drift slowly apart. The vast spaces between galaxy clusters would quietly grow larger. The night sky of future civilizations may look very different from ours. Over unimaginable spans of time, distant galaxies could move so far away that their light would never again reach one another. Yet none of this happens quickly. Even across millions of human lifetimes, the change would be almost impossible to notice. The universe expands with extraordinary patience. It never rushes. It simply continues. There is something peaceful in that rhythm. Nature does not hurry. Stars spend billions of years shining. Galaxies dance for ages beyond imagination. The expansion of the cosmos itself unfolds so gently that it requires generations of astronomers working together to measure it. Science often teaches us that the greatest changes are the slowest. Now imagine looking across the universe from an impossible distance. Galaxy clusters sparkle like tiny islands scattered across an endless ocean. Between them stretches more and more space. The cosmic web gently relaxes. The universe breathes outward, silently, gracefully, without effort. No one knows exactly why dark energy exists. Some physicists believe it may be connected to the energy of empty space itself. Others wonder whether our understanding of gravity is still incomplete. New telescopes, new satellites, new generations of curious minds continue searching for answers. Every observation brings another small piece of the puzzle, and perhaps that is one of the quiet joys of science. Not knowing everything is not a weakness. It is an invitation to keep exploring, to remain curious, to continue asking gentle questions beneath the stars. As our peaceful journey continues, we have now traveled farther than almost anything we can truly imagine. We have left our solar system, crossed the Milky Way, visited neighboring galaxies, drifted through galaxy clusters, explored the invisible mysteries of dark matter and dark energy. Ahead lies the greatest destination of all, the widest view the human mind can currently imagine, the edge of everything we are able to observe, not necessarily the edge of the universe itself, but the edge of what light has had time to show us since the beginning of cosmic history. Our next and final great destination is the observable universe. Take one last slow, peaceful breath. Feel yourself becoming completely relaxed, as though you are floating effortlessly through an endless sea of quiet light. And together, we will gently approach the farthest horizon that science can presently see. Take one slow, peaceful breath. Allow every muscle to relax. Feel your thoughts become quieter with each gentle exhale. We have traveled farther than almost any journey of imagination can reach. Behind us lie the planets of our solar system, the glowing nebulae where stars are born, the spiral arms of the Milky Way, neighboring galaxies, great galaxy clusters, the invisible mysteries of dark matter and dark energy. Now we arrive at the widest view modern science can offer, the observable universe. Notice the careful choice of words. Not simply the universe, but the observable universe. These are not exactly the same thing. The universe itself may be much larger, perhaps infinitely larger. We simply do not know. The observable universe is the portion whose light has had enough time to reach us since the beginning of cosmic expansion. It is the horizon created by time itself. Imagine standing on a quiet beach beside a calm ocean. The horizon is not the end of the sea. It is simply the farthest point you can see. Beyond it, the ocean continues. In much the same way, the observable universe is not necessarily the edge of existence. It is only the farthest distance from which light has been able to arrive during the universe's lifetime. That lifetime is about 13.8 billion years. At first glance, you might imagine the observable universe has a radius of 13.8 billion light years. But something remarkable has happened while that light was traveling. Space itself continued expanding. As a result, the most distant objects we can observe today are now about 46.5 billion light years away, in every direction. Together, this creates an observable universe roughly 93 billion light years across. The numbers are almost beyond imagination, and yet they are only the beginning. Imagine drifting high above everything. Galaxies fill the darkness like countless glowing islands. Each one contains billions or even trillions of stars. Between them stretch immense cosmic filaments woven together by gravity and dark matter. Vast empty voids lie quietly between these filaments, larger than many galaxy clusters themselves. The universe resembles an elegant web extending farther than the eye can follow. Now continue drifting outward. The galaxies become smaller. The clusters blend into delicate threads. Eventually, even those patterns begin to soften. Ahead lies a faint, gentle glow surrounding everything equally. This ancient light is known as the cosmic microwave background. It is the oldest light we can ever hope to observe. Imagine it as the universe's earliest surviving photograph. About 380,000 years after the Big Bang, the young universe cooled enough for light to travel freely for the first time. That ancient light has been crossing space ever since. For nearly 13.8 billion years, it has journeyed quietly through the expanding cosmos. Today, it reaches us as an incredibly faint microwave glow coming from every direction in the sky. It is almost perfectly uniform. Tiny variations, only a few millionths of a degree, record the smallest ripples that eventually grew into galaxies, stars, planets, and, much later, people. In a sense, every galaxy we have visited began as one of those tiny ripples in this ancient sea of light. There is something profoundly peaceful about that thought. The grandest structures in the universe began as almost imperceptible differences, small beginnings, patiently unfolding across billions of years. As we quietly observe the observable universe, another realization gently appears. No matter how far we have traveled, every destination has remained connected. The atoms inside your body were forged within ancient stars. Those stars formed inside galaxies. The galaxies emerged from tiny ripples in the early universe. Everything is part of one continuous story. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are one small, beautiful chapter within it. Perhaps that is the greatest comfort the universe offers. Not that we are large, but that we belong. As we slowly turn around, the entire observable universe seems less like an endless wilderness and more like a peaceful home. Every question humanity has ever asked, every telescope ever built, every voyage ever imagined, exists within this vast sphere of light. Beyond it, there may be more. Far more, perhaps countless galaxies forever beyond our view, perhaps entirely different regions of space, perhaps something stranger still. Science answers many questions. It also teaches us how to live peacefully beside mystery. Not every horizon needs to be crossed. Some simply remind us how wonderfully vast reality truly is. Our journey is nearly complete. Ahead waits one final quiet reflection. A gentle return from the largest scales imaginable back to the simple experience of breathing, resting, and falling peacefully asleep beneath the stars. Take one slow breath in, exhale softly, and let the endless universe carry you gently toward a place of perfect stillness. Take one final slow breath, in and gently out. There is nowhere left to travel, nothing left to discover tonight. Our long journey across the universe has quietly reached its peaceful end. We have drifted beyond planets, beyond stars, beyond galaxies, and to the farthest horizon that modern science can imagine. Now, without hurry, we begin the gentle journey home. Imagine the vast observable universe slowly becoming smaller. not because it truly shrinks, but because your attention is softly returning. The immense web of galaxies fades into the quiet distance. Galaxy clusters become tiny islands of light. The graceful spiral of the Milky Way slowly fills your view once more. Among its hundreds of billions of stars lies one ordinary yellow star. The Sun, not the largest, not the brightest, simply one calm star among many. Around it, 8 planets continue their timeless dance. Mercury quietly circles close to the sunlight. Venus glows beneath its golden clouds. Earth turns gently beneath white clouds and blue oceans. Mars rests beneath its red deserts. The giant planets keep their patient watch farther away. Beyond them, frozen worlds continue their slow journeys through the darkness. Nothing has changed. The universe has continued exactly as it always has. Steady, patient, peaceful. Now the solar system slowly grows larger. Earth begins to shine once again. A small blue world wrapped in a delicate blanket of air. From this distance, no borders can be seen. No roads, no cities, only oceans reflecting sunlight. Clouds drifting peacefully across continents. The same world that has always been your home. As we drift closer still, mountains rise from the landscape. Forests spread across valleys. Rivers quietly make their way toward the sea. Somewhere below, evening has arrived. Lights begin appearing across towns and cities like tiny golden stars scattered across the land. Families gather together. Animals settle into their nests. Waves continue washing gently upon distant shores. The world quietly prepares for another night. Somewhere beneath this familiar sky, perhaps in a quiet bedroom, someone has been listening to a gentle story about the universe. Perhaps that someone is you. If your eyes have already grown heavy, if your thoughts have begun to wander, then the journey has served its purpose. You do not need to remember every planet, every galaxy, every scientific detail. The universe asks nothing of you tonight except one simple thing: to rest. Take another slow breath. Notice how calm your breathing has become. Steady, comfortable, effortless. The same rhythm that has quietly accompanied every step of this journey. Above your imagined home, the night sky stretches peacefully overhead. The same moon continues circling Earth. The same stars quietly shine across the darkness. Some of their light has traveled for years, some for centuries, some for thousands, or even millions of years, before gently reaching this small blue planet tonight. Perhaps somewhere far away, another world looks toward its own quiet sky. Perhaps another curious mind wonders about distant stars. Whether or not that is true, one thing remains certain. The universe is filled with beauty beyond measure. And somehow, against extraordinary odds, it also became a place where consciousness could awaken, where eyes could admire the stars, where minds could ask gentle questions, where peaceful stories could be told before sleep. The atoms within you were once part of ancient stars. The oxygen you breathe was forged inside stellar furnaces billions of years ago. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the carbon that forms every living cell, all began long before Earth existed. In a very real sense, you have always belonged to the universe. You are not separate from it. You are one small expression of its long and beautiful history. There is comfort in belonging. There is peace in knowing that every breath connects you to a story stretching back almost 13.8 billion years. And tomorrow morning, the sun will quietly rise once again. Birds will sing, leaves will move in the breeze, clouds will drift across the sky. The universe will continue its patient unfolding, exactly as it has for billions of years. But tonight, there is nothing more to do, nothing more to understand, nothing more to achieve. Only rest, only quiet, only sleep. So let your breathing become slower. Let your thoughts drift like distant starlight. Let every muscle soften. And if sleep has not already found you, may it arrive now, as gently and as peacefully as the quiet light of a distant star crossing the endless universe. Good night, and may the stars watch peacefully over your dreams. Sparkles,